Hey guys, Slendy here for BFNations. Will the Battlefield game coming this year go big in eSports? There are a lot of things pointing towards that, and in this video I'm gonna talk about why this speculation is so likely to be true. So first of all, why eSports? Isn't Battlefield a casual-based game? You definitely could argue it is, although that is not entirely true when looking at the bigger picture. Battlefield is a large franchise which has brought the attention of millions of players around the world over the years, some of them very passionate about Battlefield. Competition has in fact always been there in Battlefield, not just from individual players chasing good stats on public servers and wanting to top leaderboards, but also from clans and legit esports teams competing on private servers in various leagues. The competitive spirit definitely is a part of a lot of Battlefield players, and therefore it can definitely make sense for EA and DICE to make an investment into esports. So, here is the thing. This investment has already started. Last year at EA Play, BFNations said this.
Now this summer is going to be huge. So much new content, so much more to play, and so many new ways to play. And there's one more thing we'll bring to Battlefield. Later this year, we're going to give you a new competitive Battlefield experience. We've heard you. You want a smaller, tighter experience focused on team play. You want all-out war built for competition, and you want it accessible to players and to viewers. And it's coming. I can't wait to share more with you guys at Gamescom in August.
And in August at Gamescom we saw this.
We have tons of things to share with you, so I'll start with competitive. We are working on a new mode that will be as intense to watch as it is to play. It's a completely new way to play Battlefield. We are developing this together with our players, some of which have been working with us at our studio. It will be truly optimized for one thing and one thing only: competition. And starting next month, Battlefield 1 players can play it through a closed alpha. We call it Battlefield 1 Incursions. This is competitive the Battlefield way.
So you may have already seen the Incursions trailer, but if you haven't, it's basically a new experience being developed for competitive play. Now, knowing that this process has already started, let me give you the extra pieces to show you that Battlefield 2018 could be going big in esports. There have been multiple investor calls from EA during the past 2 years that have already pointed out a few things. Firstly, we have the competitive gaming division PowerPoint from Peter Moore in May 2016, where he showcases a few interesting things. Obviously, EA see the relative revenue opportunity in esports, which is most likely part of the reason that they want to invest into this. They also have a pretty clear vision and pretty clear goals, as well as wanting the competitive experience to be just as much fun as it is to play, no matter how much knowledge or experience you have. They did also announce a timeline for the overview of this project. Secondly, fast forwarding to the most recent investors call, on Q3 of fiscal year 2018, we have Andrew Wilson talking about competitive gaming as a growing opportunity for EA. He states that next they're going to be bringing competition to Battlefield, with online qualifiers set to begin in Q1 of fiscal year 2019. He says that it is going to be their biggest competitive season yet for players and spectators. There was also a structure in the PowerPoint about the competitive gaming division where they showcase what they believe is a competitive gaming structure. Currently in the closed alpha for Battlefield Incursions, we already see matchmaking as the bottom piece where any player can search and play a public match. But we also have organized play in the form of private matches and community league from the 6 months of testing Incursions so far. No offline events yet though. Although that is not something to be expected from a closed alpha, I guess. So the next step is apparently publisher-run online and offline events, meaning tournaments hosted by EA. Could this be the online qualifiers that Andrew Wilson was talking about? If that is the case, I personally think that the next step after that, the professional tier, can happen at live events. not just because EA would put money on it, but also because it would be a publisher-run tournament, meaning announcements on the official social media channels, in the game menus, and from their partners, making the viewership so much bigger. In my opinion, a working competitive Battlefield experience combined with potential viewership from the whole Battlefield community is exactly what is needed to reach an esports status. I see it like this. Large amount of viewers lead to companies and advertisers wanting to advertise in front of those viewers. This in return leads to more money coming into the leagues and the event organizers, which then can lead to bigger prize pools. Bigger prize pools lead to more professional and upcoming professional players and organizations being interested in the prize money and wanting to compete. When professional organizations and players are established, they build a big following and fans who want to watch their matches and support them. When fans and followers want to support their teams, that leads to bigger viewership, which in return leads to more interested advertisers and so on. It's a circle, if you couldn't see that. Can this circle get rolling? The highest tier anticipated by EA can definitely be reached. With an esports status on the game, there is no question about that it will have a championship tier. Now, back to the current situation. All of this might not sound very easy to achieve, especially since again, Battlefield is currently having a competitive experience built from the ground up. And just creating a game that will go big in esports should and will take a lot of time. With such big plans and such big investments on the line, it is safe to say they are going to need some professionals working on this project. Gladly, I've already seen a few good things in that department, like X5-time Battlefield World Champion Drunks now working at DICE, or Rella, who wrote a lot of good feedback on competitive and non-competitive game mechanics in Battlefield, announcing that he will be working at DICE for a few months. Level designers who designed competitive CSGO maps before, although I don't know if they're working on Incursions or not, etc, etc. What I'm curious about though is if it is enough. Can DICE really pull off releasing a competitive experience that will go big in esports before the release of Battlefield 2018 in October? Talking about Battlefield 2018 and the known info, it really does make sense for it to be in a World War II setting with the perspective of Incursions. Meaning, they wouldn't need to completely rework everything, as it is just a transition from a World War I setting to a World War II setting. But I am very curious to hear what you think down in the comments. Can EA and DICE pull this off? Are you interested in getting into competitive Battlefield yourself? And what is your favorite meme? Also, feel free to leave the word krukväxt at the end of your comments, that we will all see how many people got this far into the video. Before I do go ahead and finish up here, I would just quickly like to point out that if you enjoyed this video and want more competitive Battlefield information and content, or even Battlefield content in general, then definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button. But until the next video, I am President Slendy, and I wish you a fine day.